Okay, so what you just saw there was 88 of the last 100 rounds to 1,000 with my Springfield Echelon. Not all of that has had the Hollison 320 mounted on there. I can't remember Trey, the guy that used to do the channel with me, initially had this gun, and I can't remember initially what optic he put on there, if it even had an optic at all. I just can't remember. But since I've put the Hollison 320 on here, it's probably had, I don't know, maybe 200-300 rounds. I'd have to go back and look at the videos, which you can do. You can go back, you can look at every video that I have up on this. I even have a video mounting this optic, what pins to use, how to do that, etc., etc. Again, it is the SES 320. Let's see. SCS 320GR is what I have on here. Yes, it did mount. Yes, it has held zero, and it has been fine. So, again, you can go back, you can watch all the videos that I have up on this gun to verify what I'm saying is true. Up until, because I'm pretty sure, could be wrong about this, as I have shot at some that I don't remember if I filmed it or not, but I'm pretty sure all 1,000 rounds, including today, of this have been on camera. You can go back and verify by looking at the 3 or 4 other videos we have up. But either way, I do keep a log on these guns. I know sometimes people get aggravated. They say, well, you don't put enough rounds through the guns to adequately test whether or not it's going to be reliable for the long term. Well, nobody's sending me ammunition either, so that makes it difficult for me to do that. So I have to do that with time, which is what I always do. And I'm getting around to, because it's getting into my slow season with work, so I'm getting around to, I just done it with the Shadow 2 Compact. I did it with the Fuse, the 6-hour Fuse. I have been getting around to finally getting up to 1,000 rounds and have been putting those up. This one has been completely flawless. To my knowledge, not a single hiccup of any kind, straight out of the box. I never clean them. Beat me over the head about it. That's fine, but I never clean or oil them out of the box. I shoot them straight out of the box. With that being said, I do clean them after every range trip. So this gun has been cleaned after each range trip. I have what looks like 11 rounds left. I guess that makes sense. I did 88. That would be 12 rounds, wouldn't it? I don't know. 11 or 12 rounds to 100 to make 1,000. Completely flawless. I'm not going to go over everything about the gun because, again, you can go back and watch the other videos and see what I do and what I don't like about the gun, which is very little. I do not like Springfield polymer guns. I don't like the XD, the XDS, the XDM, the XDE. The XD, any of those. I don't like any of them. There's never been one that I have liked. And if you want to beat me over the head about that, trolls, you can go ahead and do that. Ask me in the comments section why I don't like them, and I will let you know. It's just my personal preference. Never had any major malfunctions with them. They've always been relatively reliable, mostly if not completely reliable. I just don't like them. They're not my favorite, not my cup of tea, if you will. But I do like this one. So in a lot of ways, this one reminds me of my Shadow system, my Glock 17 clone. I don't know if that's a DR 920 maybe. Not exactly sure, but it's very reminiscent of that to me, with 22 plus 1. That is, 23 rounds. So high capacity, very accurate with the optic up here, and has been completely flawless. The only grief that I have, I say grief, the only complaint that I have is the stiff slide lock. But other than that, it is all ambi. And one other thing that kind of, yeah, it gives me a little bit of grief, I guess you will, is that much like the 6-hour 365 Fuse, it gets blazing hot. I put 88 rounds through this thing right before I hit record to give you the last 11 up to 1,000, and it was so hot right before I hit the record button that my finger is burning just getting near the slide. So it gets incredibly hot. And I'm sure that is because of how much meat they took off, how much metal they took off to lighten this thing up. Not a deal breaker for me whatsoever. This is actually a Springfield polymer that I like, and it has been completely reliable and flawless and has all of the features that you could ever want in a striker fired polymer frame gun. Again, go over, check out my videos on that. Unless we have a failure in these last ones, flawless through 1,000 rounds. Very accurate too. Very smoky. And I've ran everything through this. If you'll notice in the first magazine that I put through this at the beginning of the video, you've seen the aluminum casings flying out. I've ran aluminum through this. I've ran steel through this. I've ran New Republic. Got some PMC out here today. I've pretty much ran anything and everything you could imagine. 1,000 rounds, no problem. No noticeable. It's not overly worn anywhere. Looks mostly still brand new. Again, I want to talk about it, but I'm not going to. Just go over and check out my videos. You'll see about everything on it that I do or maybe do not like, and all of the ins and outs of the gun itself. 1,000 rounds, completely flawless. A polymer frame Springfield that I actually really do like. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Consider going over and supporting me on Patreon so that I can continue to keep doing this. It is beginning to be a drag. I'm not going to quit doing it, but I probably will lower the number of videos that I put up, the number of reviews that I do, which is kind of going to suck because I really like doing this. But again, it's getting very expensive to buy the ammunition, target, spray paint, everything that goes along with coming out here, filming this, software. So if you could find it within yourself to go over and support me, $5 a month on Patreon, every little bit helps. I'm going to get a $10 tier eventually set up over there. Check out G Squared Tactical. That'll also help. Got some hats, shirts, cups. Your support is definitely needed, and I hope you enjoy. Please, if you did, hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Let everyone know where they can find the best blue-collar, down-to-earth, honest gun reviews on YouTube. And as always, make sure you know Jesus Christ as your Savior, and to God be the glory.